Hey guys, Joe here from Xbox Games. Check it out. We got, of course, the GameFace Prime, and this thing is a mini beast. We picked this thing up for about $85-ish here. We got it on Amazon. I'm pretty sure there's probably other places you can get it. But again, $85, so a little bit on the pricey side, especially with some of the stuff that's been coming out nowadays. Again, like the Nexus Pro and the Aeon Pro. These things are $50 and $25 respectively, and they actually shoot harder than this, and they come with more. What? Well, the Nexus Pro does. Anyways, just wanted to throw that out there, but still, $85. Anyway, let's hop right in and take a look at the actual box. You can see again on the front of the box, nothing too crazy. GameFace Prime, unmatched speed, range, accuracy. This box is actually, well, the display and everything on it is almost identical to the Ceda Model S's box. If we take a look at the actual back of the box here, we can see it breaks down the blaster, kind of shows you what's going on inside. Got the ZRO rifled barrel. You know, again, more velocity, longer range, better accuracy, nothing too crazy on the back. Yeah, I mean, same thing. I actually like the back of that box with some lightning and stuff on there. On the inside, if we open this thing up, you can see they kind of break it down. Again, very similar to the Ceda Model S. They kind of show you the mag down there. They got pretty much those e-bike darts. They don't call them e-bike darts, but they're pretty much e-bike darts. And yeah, it's, again, you know, guys, when I saw this thing, man, I was like, that sure looks like a Ceda Model S. There's got to be some differences in this thing because the box looks the same, but what? But again, this box is different than the original Ceda. The original Ceda, right, was long and it was kind of like a little more squarey. This one's just, I mean, this one's different, right? This one, again, Ceda Model S is what it kind of mimics. And we're going to do a little bit of a compare because this video is going to be a little bit different because this particular blaster is so similar to the Ceda and the Ceda S that I want to do that comparison because I know a lot of you guys want to know about it. We'll probably do another video on comparison of the two just to be like what's compatible and what's not. But quickly out of the gate, I will show you that. So let's take a look at this blaster right up front. I mean, right up front, I mean, just looking at it, it looks good. I mean, it took all of the things that I wanted to do on the Ceda Model S and the Ceda, and they put it into one package, right? That's pretty much what they did. This front grip up here is great. I love any blasters with this. Remember, if on my Ceda Model S right here, this was the first thing that I did. Well, I got a new pump grip, and I tried that for a while, and then I got the angled grip. Was my next thing that I did, and it made a world of difference on the blaster. So they pretty much just put the pump arm up there and didn't have the big pump grip all around. So I might even take that and stick that on my Ceda Model S, or I might even use this, I mean, because now I don't have that big grip up here. Now, it does come, of course, with the half-length dart mag as well as the mag adapter. I was able to fit all the other ones from my other favorite magazines up in here and shoot them just fine. This is only half-length dart compatible. It doesn't prime all the way far enough back to use full-length darts, so keep that in mind. And other than that, everything else is identical. You can field strip this thing with the two kind of pins right there, strip it all the way down. But again, we're going to take a look at that. Again, a multi-point kind of butt plate back here, which is great. Gosh, that feels so good. I like more of that skeleton like this instead of having a big bulky one. I like that kind of skeleton view. Everything else, again, is very much identical. One thing about the darts that came in with this, again, is there's no name on them, but you got to pull them up here. They are pretty much identical to the e-bike darts. Pretty much. I mean, to be honest, when I dropped a couple, I didn't know which one were which. So you could see there, they are pretty much identical to the e-bike darts. However, you know me, I am liking some of the Nexus Pro darts here that recently just came out. The bamboos are freaking phenomenal, but I'm starting to like these Nexus Pro ones. These are starting to rock. So, yeah, I would say, you know what? Go with the Nexus Pro darts in here. I never had an issue loading these. I always had a little bit of issue with some of these e-bike things, like the heads blowing off and stuff like that. I haven't had an issue yet with the Nexus Pro stuff, so I'm just kind of throwing that out there. But yeah, I mean, again, I don't even know where to start on this thing except for doing a straight comparison. Just as you guys know, FPS Rise, yes, it does claim 130. I was getting 130 to 140 FPS all day long with this, never had an issue. Big thing, again, I want to do here, guys, is just kind of go over this particular blaster comparison to the Ceda and the Ceda Model S, because I think if you're in the category for that $90 range marker, it's going to be this or the Ceda Model S, or if you're just going to go Nexus Pro, I mean, hint, hint, that's what I would do, Nexus Pro. But still, I want to give a good review on this just so you guys can kind of be like, okay, is that something that you want to get or something you don't want to get? So let me like reverse the cameras here so we can look down and kind of compare both of these particular blasters together against some of the other blasters that are almost identical to this. Let's flip it up here real quick. Okay, guys, so we switched up camera views here again because I really want to compare and take some of these things apart to show you the differences between these two. I know this is supposed to be, of course, a review on the GameFace Prime, but again, there's not a lot to say about this that hasn't already been said about the actual Ceda. I mean, really, again, they perform pretty much the same. The only thing different, again, is going to be the front grip, and of course, this kind of upper piece here is a lot different than this, but pretty much they are interchangeable. So if we take this thing apart, one of the things that you're going to know is, or one of the things you're going to notice is everything is pretty much the same when it comes to internals. Like, I was like able to switch the internals on these things. Pretty much both of these use a long and short pin in the same positions, so long and short pins. And of course, if you guys know that the top rail up here on both of these, they're pretty much the standard Picatinny size rail, so you won't be able to fit any of your favorite like Nerf attachments or anything like that, but you can, let me just throw these out of here really quick. So you can fit your normal, your normal sights on here, so something like that, like an actual real sight. But of course your Nerf stuff, it's too thin for, or it's too narrow for this, so this will not work. So I just wanted to throw that out there. You guys can kind of remember that. But so here's the thing, guys. Look, if we take these top receivers off, both of these, whoa. Didn't mean to do that. Pretty much, these are identical. I mean, look at this. Everything is identical, well, except for the butt plate, right? The adjustable stock. So check that out. Everything is identical. I could take out both of those. They are pretty much the same. All the pieces, I could swap these back and forth. It would prime just fine. And you could swap these. So let's take the Ceda Model S and throw it. Boom, look at that. Lines up, I could put everything on there, I could cock it, and it would be just fine. So this, look at that. Again, just a little bit longer with that kind of zero barrel on there, but you can mix and match these fronts, and that was the whole reason why I wanted to kind of switch views here. Look at that. So you want to do your Ceda Model S with that? So I was going to do this on my Ceda Model S because that blue is almost the same blue. Look at that. It's very hard to tell. This is a little bit darker, but this is a little bit lighter, but still, it's very hard to tell the difference on those two. And, whoa, and if you guys remember, the main thing that I did on the front of my Ceda Model S when I first got it was add, let me just throw this back in there, was add this. This was the very first thing that I did. So I'll pull up a little thing right there if you guys want to ever watch that. You can see that is the first thing that I did. I wish it didn't have this whole kind of thing here. I mean, it just added extra weight, and they kind of did what I wanted here. They kind of just integrated it down into the bottom chute, right? Or that bottom kind of thing down there. So they kind of did what I wanted. So look at that. I mean, what? So one more thing. So that's the Ceda Model S. If you guys remember, we also have just a regular Ceda, right? And it's pretty much the same thing. I could take the front of this Ceda, and I could stick it on this Ceda. I could stick it on the Prime. I know it looks kind of funny because it's red, but it's pretty much the same thing. All of these are interchangeable, which I think is kind of awesome because, man, really they did what I wanted to do on my Ceda Model S. And to be honest, guys, this is how I'm going to go with this particular model. Is gonna be like this because, man, yeah, I wanted this type of front end on my Ceda Model S, and the blue again is almost identical, so you can't really tell the difference, and everything else will bolt right up. This will line right up. I got the zero barrel in there. I'm gonna put the little black pins in here because I like the blackout look a little bit better than the silver look. Let's go ahead and make sure those are in there. We got one. We got two. So any of you Ceda Model S fans out there, hopefully you guys are watching this and thinking, man, okay, I see. Hopefully you guys are with me when it came to the front pump, right? Look at that. Whoo! Oh gosh, that feels so good. I mean, this is exactly what I wanted originally that I couldn't really get to on the original Ceda Model S. So if I throw this back on here, right, this fits perfectly fine. We'll throw the pins back down in here. And now we got kind of two. So we'll throw this back here, right there. And I already switched all this stuff before, guys, but like I said, I didn't notice any FPS drop, no performance drop, nothing like that. It was just a different visual look is pretty much the only thing that was changed. And I don't mind it. I mean, I can't really tell when you guys look at these blues. One is a little bit darker, one is a little bit lighter, but still, right? You really can't tell when you're kind of running around. So there we go. Boom. So I liked this front end. I just didn't like all of that. That was my biggest thing comparison to that. So my Ceda Model S is now going to have this particular front end on it. Sorry, that's just what it's going to be. So it's going to be a mixture of the two because, again, it's doing what I wanted. It's the same look that I wanted. But that's why I kind of wanted to switch angles here, guys, so you guys can kind of see, again, pretty much between the two blasters, what is the differences. Because you're going to spend about the same amount of price. You're going to spend about $90 with shipping and tax if you guys have that on your area. And I know some of you guys were kind of curious on that. So let me know what you guys think of the GameFace Prime, right? I don't think it's too bad. I just think, you know, some blasters nowadays that are in the $90 category, man, with the Nexus Pro that's out, it's very hard to purchase something like this when you got the Nexus Pro out there. It's just very difficult because the Nexus Pro kind of gives you everything that everything that you wanted pretty much in the blaster, just with more stuff, right? I mean, gosh, this thing is just crazy. I might do a review, a comparison on all these later on, but so far, yeah, let me know what you guys think of this thing. Again, it's a little bit pricey. It's on the $90 category, but hey, it is what it is. Anyways, let me leave it in the comments, guys. I'm always curious. Thanks again, Fox fans.